Today I'm going to be showing you 4 of Donut SMP's best money making methods and how I was able to make over $10 billion. These methods work even if you have nothing or $1 billion. So this first money making method you're going to be able to do while AFK, and this is going to be a good way to get your first 50 to 100 mil without even having to do anything. So those of you who don't know, Donut has a slash warp AFK, and there's another currency called shards in which you can use to buy things. So in the AFK area you earn 1 shard every minute, but with this method you're going to be earning 2 shards every minute, so it's going to go even faster. Those of you who don't know, if you have a Java account you also have a separate Bedrock account, so you can run 2 accounts at the same time. So as you can see, I now have both of my accounts running at the exact same time, so I'm earning double the amount of shards every minute. Now to actually spin these shards, you're going to want to go to slash warp crates, and this is where it's actually going to start making money. So if you didn't know, if you do slash shop, there's an area called the shard shop, and this is where you're actually going to spin the shards. So there's a couple things you can spin them on, either keys or spawners, but this method is going to be spinning them on the keys. More specifically, the prime key. There's 2 main keys people normally spin them on, either the amethyst or the prime. And I'm going to show you why the prime is actually better. A lot of people think the amethyst is a better way to make money, but the prime key is actually a better way to make the money. So with the amethyst crate, people normally buy this amethyst pickaxe, which goes for around 11 to 12 mil per. And the prime key, you get netherite armor, which is going for about 5.75 mil. So we're going to do some math to figure out which one's the best for your money. So the prime key is 1.5 thousand shards, and the amethyst is 4,000 shards. So say we sell that amethyst pickaxe for 12 mil. And it costs us 4,000 shards. You're getting about $3,000 per shard. Now the prime key costs $1,500. Let's say we buy 3 prime keys, that's 4,500 shards. Now if we do the 5.75 million per helmet times 3, that's $17.25 million. Now we take that 17.25 million and then we divide it by the 4,500 shards that it cost, and that gives us about $3.8 thousand per shard. So you're getting about $800 more per shard. So I'm going to go ahead and buy a prime key, buy the helmet, and I'm going to show you guys how fast it sells. So I'm going to put it up for the 5.75 million, and just like that, within a couple minutes it sells. And real quick, while we're at it, if you didn't know, every hour you get this key all, which gives you a common crate key, and you can use these to buy diamond armor. And if you get enough to where you can fill an entire shulker full of these diamond helmets, you can sell them for $900,000 a shulker. So this next money making method is going to be an overnight thing, and it's going to be order flipping. So as you can see right now, emerald blocks are from like 25k to 15k, and it's going to be the same for diamond blocks. So the orders are either from 50k all the way down to like 30,000. So the method here is we're going to place an order at a lower price than most people are paying for. So right now I'm going to order 1,000 diamond blocks at 29.3k. And I'm going to do the same thing for emerald blocks. So I'm going to order 1,000 at 14.5k. And since you're undercutting the market, it'll probably take overnight for the orders to get fulfilled. But as you can see, I got them both for a really good price. And once the order prices go back up, if you remember, I could sell the diamond blocks for 50k each and the emerald blocks for 25k each. So that's almost doubling your money. And the more money you have, the more money you can make off this method. I placed an order for 32 netherite blocks at 35 million each. And right now they're going for about 41 mil. So that's about $180 million profit. And I did the same thing with dragon heads. So I bought 32 dragon heads at 25.1 mil each, and right now they're going for 32.89, and that's about $250 million profit. And again, I placed an order for 1,000 gilded at 910,000 each, and right now they're going for about 1.2 mil, and this is another $290 million profit. So for this next method, you're going to need anywhere between 30 million and 300 million, but this is going to be placing orders and then reselling on auction house, and you're going to want to do this with expensive items like dragon heads and elytras. So as you can see, I check order prices on the dragon heads and they're going for around 28.4 mil. And then I check on auction house how much they're selling for, and it's 29. So that's easily a 600k profit. So I'm going to place an order right below the cheapest one. That way mine gets delivered. And as you can see, it's 28.4 mil. And it doesn't take very long for it to get delivered. So as you can see, I paid 28.4 mil, and on auction house, they're still going for 29 mil. So I'm going to resell this for 28.99 mil, just barely undercutting. So mine sells first. And as you see, it doesn't take very long for it to sell, and that's the easiest 600k I've made so far. And I'm going to go ahead and do this with an elytra as well. You do need a little more money to be able to do this, but you will make more money doing it with elytras. So as you can see, on orders, they're going for 282.2 mil, and on auction house, they're going for 283.7. So that's an easy 1.5 mil profit. So I'm going to place an order for 282.3 mil, and I'm going to make sure that it has the enchantments. And as you can see, my order got fulfilled relatively quickly, and it got fulfilled for 282.3 mil. So now they're selling for 284 mil, so I'm going to undercut it just barely and sell it for 283.49 mil. And it should sell relatively fast. And within a couple of minutes, as you can see, it sold, and that's the easiest $1 million we've made so far. Another really good one for those of you who don't have hundreds of millions is order blocks of redstone, see what they're going on the auction house, and then just undercut it barely. So these ones are going for like 165k, so I'm going to sell mine for like 164. I'm only making like 20k profit per stack, but sometimes you can get an order at a really good price and make like 100k profit per stack. Things like redstone blocks are going to sell really fast though. Within a couple minutes, all of the redstone blocks I put on the auction house sold. One thing that's going to make you a lot of money is honey blocks. So you can order them at 2.6k each and sell them at almost 900,000 a stack. That's a profit of over 700k each. Another really good thing to flip is going to be netherite blocks and turning them into ingots. So if you can tell, it's 43.3 mil, and we're going to divide that by 9, which is going to give us the price per ingot that we're paying. So it's going to be 4.8 mil that we're paying each ingot. And on the auction house, they're going for about 5.1 mil each ingot. So if we're selling them for 5.09 mil each and we're buying them at 4.8 mil, that's an easy 290k profit each ingot. So I'm going to place an order for 43.3 mil, and it doesn't take very long for it to get fulfilled. So I'm going to take that block, break it down into ingots, and sell each ingot individually. So I'm going to put each of them on the auction house for 5.09 mil, and as you can see, they all ended up selling for the 5.09 mil. So that's 300k profit for each ingot I sold. Now this next method is going to be the easiest and the fastest way to actually make money, and it's going to be auction house sniping. Now there's a few really good items to do this with. The best ones are going to be amethyst pickaxes and elytras. So as you can see, amethyst pickaxes right now are going for around 13 million. And what you're going to want to do is just sit here and refresh until somebody ends up selling one for a really good price. And as you can see, somebody ends up putting one on the auction house for 9 million whenever I can easily sell it for 12.5. And within a couple seconds it sells, and that's the easiest 3.5 million we've made. And doing this with elytras, you can make a lot more. So as you can see, somebody put one up for 200 million whenever they're normally going for 280 million. Now I wasn't quick enough to buy this, but if I was, that would have been the easiest 80 million I've made. Somebody sold one though for 281 mil whenever they're going for about 283.5. So I'm going to throw that up for 283.5, and that's an easy 2.5 mil. And within a couple minutes, it's already sold. So as you can see, somebody threw one up for 280 mil whenever they're going for about 283.5 again. So that's another easy $3.5 million profit. And again, within a couple minutes, it's already sold. And for those of you who don't have a lot of money, another good thing to snipe is going to be gilded blackstone. You can easily snipe them for like 80k profit per. And something like tridents, where you can easily make $500,000. So I bought this one for 7 mil, and I'm going to sell it for 7.49 mil, and it's going to sell within a couple minutes. And that was an easy 500k without having to put a lot of money into it. Another thing that's really overlooked is going to be deep slate emerald ore. So I'm going to snipe these for 950 and resell them for like 995. And one last thing. So those of you who don't know, scamming's actually legal on the Donut SMP. And a lot of people scam to make money. I don't condone scamming, but if you guys want me to make a video on like the top 4 or 5 best scamming methods, I could totally do that. A lot of these I've had used on me because a lot of people have tried to scam me, and I could show you guys the ones that actually work. If you'd like to see that, leave a comment and tell me if you want me to make a video on that. But for those of you who enjoyed this video, make sure you like the video and make sure you're subscribed to me because I post videos on Donut SMP, and I also go live pretty regularly and do things like loot drops. But other than that, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day.